let's move on to other MMA news. So Max Holloway is back in the news because he did have to drop out of that UFC 272 title fight against Alexander Volkanovski. Now he did just get cleared for his undisclosed injury by doctors, and now he's saying he's already back to training and he wants to be the official backup for UFC 273. He wants to weigh in at 145 pounds just in case something goes on with this Alexander Volkanovski Korean zombie fight.
I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. I'll tell you why. I love Max Holloway. I really wanted to see that trilogy. That was a fight that he unquestionably deserved. So I have no problem with that, no beef with that whatsoever. However, with Max Holloway coming off this injury, now cleared by doctors, and to weigh in, and hypothetically, if something falls through, he's going to have to take that fight on short notice. There's too much on the line for Max Holloway, in my personal opinion. And again, he's his own human being. He's going to make his own choices. He's an adult, right? But for me as a fan, I want to see the best possible Max Holloway against an Alexander Volkanovski, because I know how much is on the line for that third fight. If Max goes out there and loses to Alexander, he's never going to get another shot again. Mm-hmm. You can't do it. Even though that second fight was so close, you're not going to give a fourth fight to a guy who's 0-3 against the champ.
Yep.
I just think there's too much on the line to weigh in as an alternate backup for Max Holloway, because what if that opportunity does present itself? Max is going to have to fight on 6-week notice, 8-week notice? I mean, is he even in a full training camp right now?
Eight weeks is pretty much a full training camp.
No, it is. It is a full training camp, but is he in his training camp right now? Because UFC 273, isn't that UFC 273 would be what? April or March?
It's
April. It would be April because March 5th is 272.
Yeah, so it is April. You're right.
So it is April. Yeah, April 9th. I mean, I don't know, man. That might be a little short notice.
Yeah, I get it. I understand everything you're saying right now. Absolutely. I mean, it's Max Holloway, though. It's just...
It is what it is.
It's the type of guy he is. He will fucking fight anybody on short notice. It's just, I respect that as well. But, I kind of agree with you, man. Why? Why? I mean, Savage Gamer says this. How the fuck is this fight not getting scrapped and rebooked? What in the actual fuck? It's like, dude, you can't do that to Zombie, man. That'd be disrespectful and fucked up. I'd feel super bad for the guy, but at the same time, it's we all know the fight we want to see isn't Volkanovski Zombie.
No.
It's Volkanovski Holloway 3. That's what we all want to see. It's what the fans are asking for. It's what's going to make more money. But at the exact same time, I don't know.
Well, and then what the fuck do you do? Alexander Volkanovski has been the reigning, defending featherweight champ for so long. What do you do hypothetically if Korean Zombie goes out there, Chan Sung Jung, and shocks the world and defeats Alexander Volkanovski? I know it's a far cry, guys, but just hear me out. You would have to then give Alexander Volkanovski the immediate rematch, and then what do you do with Max Holloway? Mm-hmm. What do you do with Holloway at that point? Because, dude, I'm telling you right now, Holloway does not need to fight anyone else. He doesn't.
He just needs to wait.
He didn't even have to fight Yair Rodriguez, but he went out there and did. But at the end of the day, what is he going to have to do? Wait a year and a half? Because they're going to give that immediate rematch to Alexander Volkanovski because, one, he deserves it. He's been the reigning defending featherweight champion for so long. So if Korean Zombie does go out there and defeat him and shock the world, you're left with a rematch, and then Max Holloway's just sitting in the wings for over a year.
Yeah. Or he'll take a fight. You know, he could fight they could do a Brian Ortega rematch or something like that. There's fights for Max Holloway. It's just he doesn't need to. You're right. He doesn't need to, but he's just that type of guy. He fights Brian Ortega again, or he fights Josh Emmett, or someone like that. Fucking Calvin Kattar rematch. Fuck it.
You know what?
You
know what? Rematch I'd like to see. Call me crazy, but that Ortega Holloway.
The Ortega rematch would be great
because Ortega's improved so much since that striking matchup, and same with Kattar too. And I think that's been the common theme in the featherweight division. I mean, after you fight a guy as good as Max Holloway, your game improves so much. And I feel like these fighters learn so much from fighting a guy like Max Holloway.
Absolutely.
But I'd love to see that rematch. Brian Ortega, Max Holloway, if Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie, can get past Alexander Volkanovski. But that is a big if.
Yeah, Savage Gamer came in the chat. I wonder what the injury was. I never like it when they don't tell us what happened to a fighter. Could be really bad and not bad at all. Well, the thing is with that, they just don't want their opponents to know.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it is what it is there.
It is what it is.
Cosmo said the fight I really want to see is Volkanovski versus Triple C. I know we've been on rants about that. They dropped that ball there.
They dropped the ball hard.
They dropped the ball there.
I think Dana White screwed the pooch on that one, if I'm being honest. I mean, here's the thing. And I know we're kind of going on a tangent here, but you know, it's the Church of MMA. This is what I'm going to do. You know, Triple C, Alexander Volkanovski. I think we all think realistically, Alexander Volkanovski used to play rugby at 205 pounds. He's probably going to beat Triple C, like if that fight were to hypothetically happen. But there's a factor there. Triple C could become the first three-division champion in the UFC's history and an Olympic gold medalist. That is the most decorated combat athlete in the history. And that, just for that storyline alone, I know it's a far cry. Alexander, I would probably pick Volkanovski in that fight, guys. But the what-if factor in that fight is so valuable to me and so entertaining that I really think the UFC dropped the ball drastically on that. Mm-hmm. And I love Chan Sung Jung, too. And, like, you know, I guess for featherweights, he's a guy who, you know, does deserve it. But I don't know. It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
Savage Gamer, I want to see Max move up and put some weight on. I would bust for a Conor rematch at 155, 100%.
Hell yeah.
100%.
The problem is, you know, when he did move up to 155 to take on Dustin Poirier, I felt like Poirier was so much bigger. And yes, I understand this guy's Poirier used to fight a featherweight as well. I understand that. I get it. And that's all fine and dandy. But what I'm trying to say on the aspect of Max Holloway is that I would like to see, if he were to move up to 155, he needs to do kind of the John Jones thing and take a year off, put some real weight on, because I just felt like he got a little outclassed against Dustin because Dustin was just so much bigger.
And Dustin struggles to make 155.
Right.
I don't think Conor really does. So that'd be a way more interesting matchup. I would absolutely agree with you. I would bust in my pants for that one, Savage.
Be awesome.
Cosmo, I agree. Holloway just needs to wait. He's deservedly the next in line. Absolutely.